season. And he's coming out of the end zone. He's brought down to the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance, and call for the false start. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. He's going to take a shot right away. Makes the grab down the middle. He's loose. The tag. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Bama!
Well, they wanted to be aggressive in the passing game, and they didn't waste a lot of time. They take a shot vertically down the field to their star player. He makes the play, and he makes the defense pay.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. The returner will field it and try to do some business. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. They'll leave it with him. Let's talk for just a second about Washington. They had a fantastic offseason, #1 recruiting class in the country, but with that comes a little pressure. So how much pressure is on this class?
Lots of pressure, no question about it, but I think we're in an era of college football where you're seeing more and more true freshmen see the field early and have impacts early and make plays. Think about Jeremiah Smith at Ohio State during their national championship season. These kids are ready to go, and I'll tell you, there's a lot of fans, David, really excited to see what they can do.
Pressure is a privilege. Like when you get elite talent, that's what you're starting to do. Hey, bring them in, develop them, understand, like that's part of the process that goes with it, but you've been working for this moment. This is what you wanted for the last several years and you developing towards. Now you get a chance to go prove who you are.
Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Pocket breaking down. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
And the Huskies are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Takes a hit as he fires. And the incomplete pass, they roll the dice. Snake eyes.
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive, you want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out and you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on 4th down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game where you're going to have to try to find a way to get a stop and create some momentum.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Unloads it left. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Very few times can you get a guy that wide open in a game, and when That QB knows it. Look at him. You could tell he knows he missed a huge opportunity. Not only could he tell.
Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
And quite simply put, you don't see that happen very often against him. He is one of not just the best quarterbacks in the game, he's one of the best players in the game. He's a Heisman Trophy candidate that oftentimes doesn't make mistakes like that. He should have thrown that football away. He decided to try and do too much, and the defense made him pay. They get a massive, massive sack, and this offense loses a ton of yards.
A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that 1st down. You can see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Almost had a lot more room there, but he'll go out of bounds at the 36.
Nice throw, nice catch, great completion on that out route. Sometimes those cornerbacks, when they see that early, they can make that jump and get that pick 6. So those are dangerous routes to throw, but it worked for him there.
That's reeled in. It's Ellington. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the 1st down.
Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. Wants to adjust the pattern. Wants to throw on 1st down. Floating away. He'll try to do it himself. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. The Huskies are in the hurry-up. Gets the back moving. Looking for a chunk play on 2nd and short. Caught near the sticks. It's Burton. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Looks as if he's going to run it. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Huskies!
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On design runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute with some points on the board.
Can you even imagine trying to operate in the midst of this purple rain on 3rd down? Under fire. And the missed connection on 3rd down.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call, and they want to make explosive plays, but you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of doing damage on the offensive side of the football.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. And they can't connect, and the gamble does not work out.
It's really early in the game right now, and if it's 4th and short, 4th and medium, maybe I see going for it, certainly. But 4th and long, that's a situation I think you got to punt and just let the game play out. Trust your defense a little bit more.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
To the air on 2nd down. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. Washington wants to go quickly. Offense changing the play. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. It's caught downfield. That'll be enough for a 1st down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed, and he showed some of it there.
Got 5 on that last one, now 2nd and inches. On the move. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Huskies.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they closed the deal, pushing their way inches into the end zone. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. His drive will open from the 15. Looking to throw on 1st down. They're working that left side. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 with the 1st down.
Man, these plays are really, really simple. Really easy to run. I like it. Just drop back as a quarterback, see the big fella, wait for him to get open, hit him, get a nice positive gain.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Off play action. Under fire. Trying to make magic with his feet. He's across the 30 and out of bounds at the 31-yard line.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Shotgun snap on 3rd down. Makes the grab on the left. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
And that's really got to make this offensive coordinator feel good. You get a completion on a big third down early in the game, and that should give him a lot of confidence calling plays this game.
Out of the gun, the inside give. And runs through another one. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. You can go way back in the history books to the wishbone attack all the way back to the first Rose Bowl team. Alabama builds its identity on a strong running game.
Builds it on dudes that tote the rock and do it with nastiness, with some physicality. Not one guy's going to bring them down, and you see it year after year.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat lines. And they've swapped ends of the field, and we'll get it going in the second. That's the last thing you want as an offense, a negative play, a sack on first down. Here's the handoff. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. You can feel and hear the purple rain all the way across Lake Washington. Third down coming. Finds his big tight end. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble.
What a roller coaster on that play, Palmer. The defense gets the interception, and then he fumbles the ball trying to return it, but a heads-up play to fall on the football, and in the end, create the turnover.
It's amazing, David, because you know the defense practices getting turnovers. I don't know how often, though, they practice ball security. And they made that one interesting, but at the end of the day, the most important thing is they get the TO.
The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. They'll start this drive going to the air. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
Sends it back in motion. Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
Well, this quarterback has really found a nice rhythm early, and he's in firm control and command of everything that's happening. They've had 2 drives, they've scored 2 touchdowns, and here on their third possession, he still wants to take shots. That one obviously falls incomplete, but if you're him, I would keep spinning the beam.
Finds a man on the left. Gets away from one, finds some space. Oh, there's an alley to the left.
This offense, they've got multiple guys that can burn you. You can see it doesn't take them long to light up the scoreboard.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, a big-time top 15 duel. Let's get right to it. Georgia is on top, but this is a close game. And, you know, back in the day, you'd feed Herschel Walker and go home. That guy needs to emerge for them today. They're up by 7 over Florida State. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Looks like a penalty on the kickoff as the ball goes out of bounds. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Time to take a shot. Makes the grab along the left sideline for the huge gain. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama!
When you can run like that, the quarterback is going to give you opportunities. And look at him run by the defenders. QB sees it, stick the hand up in the air, catch the football, get to the end zone.
And they tacked on the extra point. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Coming out with it, it's Needham. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback be going the other direction.
A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
And the Huskies with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
That's a really good looking run, too. And when you think back to Washington football, we talk a lot about the quarterbacks they've had in these great aerial assaults, but they've always needed to have balance as well. You get that by running the football, and this guy really helps keep defenses honest because they don't know what's coming at them with a weapon like
turning it on. The chunk plays that they love, and he takes it all the way down to the 10.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
Washington coming to the line with another first down.
Let's go, let's go.
Out of the gun to give to the back. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring.
Let's go, let's go.
And the pass is incomplete, but the flag flies, and there was a lot of early contact there.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
Washington comes to the line with a 1st and goal. Quarterback may change this route. Now on the move. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Washington right back to the line. They'll move the tight end. 3rd and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. Looking for the score. And he can't find his man in the end zone as he was trying to pay off this red zone chance.
You simply don't see that very often. A quarterback of this guy's caliber missing a guy wide open in the end zone. He makes those throws in his sleep.
Here comes the Wildcat. Watch out here. On the snap, it's Davis. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Washington!
I know we're only in game 1, but in this half, you've got to be excited about what you've seen from this offense. Really nice rhythm. Quarterbacks got great command on the field with respect to what they're trying to do, and they've got some weapons. I can't wait to see what this offense does this year.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being...
Oh, it's a fumble. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
Great job by the defense in the back end that time. He made the catch, and he had a little wiggle room to run afterwards, but they were able to get to him, rip the football out, and that is a massive takeaway for the defense.
This offense has it with really good field position. On the move, it's Ellington. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Quarterback making adjustments. Throws to the wideout. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
And they don't want to waste this great field position here on 3rd and long. They'll move the wide receiver. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's Burton. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the 1st half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end, and they've got their quarterback right now in a groove.
Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
Man, as a defensive coach, that's a win. When you can be already put in a bad position because your offense fumbles and they're in scoring position and you give up just 3, that is a situational football at its best. Nice job by this defense, handling a little adversity and just giving up the field goal.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Leaves it with the running back. Shakes off the defender. They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28. Let's talk about Alabama. The good news about starting the season outside the top 25, not a lot of lofty expectations. You can sneak up on a few teams, but sooner or later, you're going to want to get that attention and get into those rankings.
A lot more, but it's not impossible. In recent years, you saw it with Indiana coming out of absolutely nowhere. You saw it back in the day with USF. You've seen it with Rutgers. Like, in the past, you can do it. You can put it together, gain some momentum, but it starts with this game right here.
TCU reached the national championship game a few years back, and no one expected much of them that season either, so you never know. What's important is what people believe inside your own locker room. This team thinks they can do some really special things this year, and they get a chance to start strong here in week 1.
Now it's a first down from the 43-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And you must do that against a guy of this caliber. This kind of QB will absolutely pick you apart. You got to get hurries, you got to get pressures, and when you can get hits and make him feel the physicality of the game, maybe you can take that guy and knock him down.
Touchdown tie! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
And you don't see a lot of these. You don't see a lot of onside kicks earlier in the game, especially in the second quarter. You still feel each other out. You're still getting into the game. You don't want to give away that momentum, but that's exactly what they did by failing on that onside kick.
Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback.
Well, we know that when the quarterback's throwing out-breaking routes, timing has to be so critical and important. When the target turns around, the ball's got to be right there, and we just didn't see it on that play.
They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. From the gun, running back on the move. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. 1 for 2 on 4th down attempts so far, and we will get a 3rd attempt here. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. They were easily within field goal range there, but they don't feel like you can win this game 3 points at a time.
Nah, pass. I mean, you got to be aggressive. You got to get touchdowns, man. You've seen the emphasis. Defenses are willing to give up yards now to make you kick field goals. I like this offense being aggressive. Forget the 3s. We need 6s.
Well, on that incompletion, the quarterback and receiver just not on the same page. I mean, that wasn't even close.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? They'll run it from the gun. To the 10. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies.
Hey, we know football gets harder when you start to get in the red zone and the field shrinks. Who needs that? Break the long touchdown run. Nice job by the back. Seeing the hole, explode through, getting the long touchdown.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Top 15 teams colliding, fellas, in a game of massive importance. Let's catch up to speed. Virginia Tech picked a bad day to have a bad day. The once proud tradition Frank Beamer built there in Blacksburg, we're a long way from that right now. They're trailing by 21 to Penn State. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day. Guys?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Fires deep toward the end zone. He caught it. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And here's the chance to cut into that lead before halftime. First and goal. Direct snap. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And they take it in for 6 more points.
And I'm not going to say that was a must score, but that was a must score. And this offense delivers right before the half. Everything's starting to pick up. Hopefully now you build some momentum. You cut it to a 2-score game. Got to build on this momentum in the second half.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. A lot of time left to line up for an onside kick. I mean, you're risking giving up really good field position. They got on the ball, but I believe he touched it before it went 10 yards, and there is a flag on the field. They were trying to steal a possession to draw a little closer in this game, but the ball didn't go 10 yards, so they'll take over the football with the lead. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Using the quick game. They get him down at the 36. It will be a first down. Washington wants to go quickly. From the gun, they'll try the middle. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Might be calling a hot route. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Quick completion on the out. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up. Tight end now in motion. To the air on first down. Steps away to find some room. Oh, he should have had that one right in his hands, and he couldn't hang on. Typically, he makes that play. It'll be second down.
Ooh, quarterback lucky that one wasn't picked. You got to be really careful down here in the red zone because these windows are small and defenders close on the ball. That one should have been an INT.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Caught over the middle. It's Burden. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it first and goal. Just enough time to get off one more snap. A first down run in the red zone. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. And as the first half draws near to a close, here comes the field goal unit. He was on target with his first kick, and this one ought to be easy from 20 yards away. They get through, and it's blocked. And they got it. Past the 50, the 40, at the 20, inside the 10. Running free, going to the end zone, but way back behind him, there's a flag on the field. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Direct snap. It's Davis. Touchdown, Huskies! And they add 6 more to the trip to the house.
And I love this offense, man. Staying aggressive. Just because you got the lead, you know people can score points in bunches. This offense keeps the foot on the accelerator, scores again on the final play. Now this offense has even more of a cushion going into halftime.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
A pickup of 5, marks it at the 36-yard line.
And a nice crisp run, great job. Maybe expecting pass, in second down, but really good job running the football, committing to it, getting the first down.
Making side adjustments here. Looking downfield on first down. He's going for it all. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35.
And I love this offensive approach, man. All gas, no brakes. You got the lead, so what? Continue to do what you do. Find those one-on-one situations and continue to stay aggressive.
Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. They'll send the back in motion. Wants to go up top on first down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Ellington. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
As a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He didn't that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field making the nice tackle.
The Huskies now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. The give to Davis. They get him stopped after a pickup of 5 to the 28. A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28 and it's 3rd and long. There he goes. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. Give him 88 yards on the day, and the defense has been getting a steady diet of this dude on opening day. On 1st and goal, let's see what Washington does. Wide receiver comes in motion. With the run on 1st and goal. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
Now 3rd and goal and tough yardage to cover here. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in. Touchdown, Husky! And the beatdown has ensued.
And the second half looking a lot like the first half, and this lead continues to build. How about the rhythm of this offense? They are showing you a little bit of everything. What they worked on in the offseason has been right on point, and game 1 going exactly how they scripted it.
Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, the big top 15 battle is underway, and it's been very interesting so far. Georgia is running away with this one, thanks to an offense that's been sicking them since the opening kickoff. They're up by 25 over Florida State. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Here comes that Alabama offense. They've got a long road ahead of them if they want to get back into this game, but they have to get to work on this drive. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
Well, this quarterback normally makes defenses look very silly week in, week out with his speed, but he has yet to face a defense like this. This defense accepted the challenge. They have stepped up. They have been disruptive. They have been living in the backfield all game long. That already the 3rd sack of the game for this unit.
Trailing by multiple possessions in the 3rd and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on 4th down. Complete out of the backfield. He gets it past the 1st down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks.
Man, what a great second effort by the receiver there. Catches the football. He knows he's got to get some yards to get that 1st down. Nice job understanding that, getting to the sticks and getting the 1st down.
It's complete on the right side. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down.
And with that pass right there, dude, he goes over 350 on the day. Nice performance. This QB's been dialed in.
With the catch, it's Sampson. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. He wants to throw it again. Lets it go to the end zone. And it's a touchdown. It is also a play in which there is a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to fire. Big fella moving. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Alabama pushing the tempo. Wants to fire it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Bama!
And with that last touchdown now, they're trying to create some momentum. They're trying to avoid starting the season 0-1. They know they've got a lot of work to do here in the second half, but you should be feeling pretty good about that last score. Now you've got to keep that up.
Out of the gun, looking to throw. Oh, they're after him. And the defense gets to him and snuffs out the 2, and they will draw no closer here. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. What a great return, and he flips the field to start this drive off, and he just about scored himself. It is so good to have a dangerous return man. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening. Run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, Dave.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Give to the running back. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
They're going to mark him down, and where that spot is looks as if it's going to be just a hair short of the first down. And they'll send out the field goal unit. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one.
34.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Across the 25. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Washington. And the punishment has been extended. Saw a crease, nothing but green grass and opportunity, and he flashed through it for 6.
And when you can get 30-plus yards out of your running back and he can make big plays like this, man, it's hard to call a lot of passes. I'm just going to feed this guy the rock.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Ball is coming out to the 40 after that penalty on the kickoff. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Got it in the middle, it's Sampson. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Alabama quickly back to the line.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
And I'm just not sure where to put the blame. And I know they're going to lose this football game. They've struggled, and he's been sacked. I know he's turned it over and thrown an interception, but they haven't been in sync, and nobody's played really great. And they've got to find an identity on this offense moving forward.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Unleashes one deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, trailing this much in the fourth quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Down he goes, and the defense snuffs out this drive with a sack.
And the offensive line line has to do a better job protecting their man. It's fourth down. He needs some time to make a play. The defense brings the blitz, beats the offensive line, and gets the big sack.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll ride Davis here. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead. You want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, Dave, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting pushed and that's getting...
It's a fumble. Ball bounced right to him, and he's on the move. They bring him